And you mentioned DACT there with the RAF, so I thought it would be more of I guess, a regular occurrence, but apparently not. But I'm guessing at the time, did you ever get jumped by F3s, Tornado F3s, and how did the Eagle, the Strike Eagle, fare against the Tornadoes?
So we did pretty well against the Tornadoes because we had better everything. Except, the crews, obviously, the Royal Air Force crews are absolutely first class. And we'd fight the Tornadoes over the North Sea, and they're still pretty good, and they have a long-range stick. And so I say, it's not like you're going to mop the sky with the F3 guys. That's not going to happen. Because it is much more about the human element than it is the machine when you actually get into the fight. But I do remember, one massive turning fight over the North Sea where, we've lost situational awareness. There's airplanes all over the sky. I'm trying to figure out, we've stuck our nose back into the fight without good situational awareness, and this is before Link 16. So the only SA we're getting is what the radar and our eyeballs are going to give us. And I'm just about to call the abort when I pick up a guy close. The pilot auto-acts him, so the lock slams, the pod slams to it, and I'm now suddenly looking at an F3, and I'm about to call the abort because we're about to get shot. And I realize he's giving us a plan form with the wings forward, which means his speed's low. And so I just say, I don't remember who's in the front seat, I just say, his wings are forward, go get him. And we stay in the fight. So that was, as it turns out, a critical failure of the swing wing, is that when you have an optical targeting pod that can get a good look at you for tens of miles, even better now, we can look at your energy state by the wing position.
Yeah, so when you were going up and then fight, would you have the tanks on, or would you be clean, as it were?
Oh, we tried to do it without wing tanks. It's very rare that we went up for an ACT fight with the wing tanks on. If we did that, it's because the weather prevented us from doing anything else we planned that day, and we're probably just doing intercepts. The rules of engagement also when you're low altitude, so you don't, accidentally happen upon a guy and end up in a turning fight on the deck. So the low-at rules are, you can start a fight at low altitude, but once the defender turns 180 degrees, the fight's over. You turn 180, you make your defensive turn, you rock your wings, and everybody goes their separate way. Now, if the defender never sees you, they never rock your wings, you can saddle up behind them and simulate all the shots you want. But I don't remember that happening really at all. I remember if we bounced guys, they reacted. And if they bounced us, we reacted.
So with that F3 engagement, would you have a debrief on the phones when you got back? Or was it just you go one way, they go the other?
No, so for a DACT like that, where we planned it out, we have a mass brief on the phone, we have a debrief, but also over the North Sea, we had the ACMI range. So the Aircraft Combat Maneuvering Instrumentation, and so the Royal Air Force would put up ACMI pods, or we would also fight with the Dutch. They would come across the channel and fight in the ranges. So in that case, not only do we have a telephone link, but we've got the full playback of all the aircraft motion. Now it's even better because it's rangeless ACMI. So what you're actually doing at everybody's station is you're pulling a little SD card out of the back of the pod. You're loading it into the system. The systems at your base and the other guy's base all talk to each other, and then you can debrief what went on.
And just a side note before we move on, because this is a bit of a nerdy question, but like on these DACT trips, did you ever meet up and formate, anyone get pictures, so you were with an F3 or an F-16 just to get a snap, or did that never happen?
I don't remember doing it. The only time actually I've ever done that was with the Recce Jaguars, the French Recce Jaguars over Turkey, in which we would form up with them, and they would actually fly kind of this circular path around us with the high-res cameras running. Those are some fantastic shots, and I have them somewhere. I haven't digitized them, and I don't know where I've stashed them. They're someplace safe, which means that, they're safe, and I can't find them.
Exactly.